Hey there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Warmup. I'm Ashley Bullington, your host, and thank you for tuning in. We have a great show for you this week, jam-packed with all kinds of games to kick off the first week of Texas high school football. 'Twas the night before Friday, and all through the state, all the creatures were stirring, not able to sleep. All the banners were hung in the rafters with care, with hopes that Friday night lights are soon to be here. And it almost is here. I know we have games tonight, but there's nothing quite like Friday night lights. Just a fun fact, there are a scheduled 697 Texas high school football games for week 1. For the lineup, here's some games you'll be seeing on Inside High School Sports. Louisville Fighting Farmers and Bowie Volunteers go head-to-head in our Whataburger Game of the Week. If you are looking for pure offensive firepower, the Fighting Farmers will have what you need. They return 2,000-yard rusher Damian Martinez and Texas commit Armani Winfield as wideout. If Louisville wants a district title, it will come down to making the defensive stops. The Bowie Volunteers will be an interesting team in 2021. Joseph Sam takes over as head coach and is blessed with possibly one of the best players in the state, an offensive lineman, Davon Campbell. How will the Volunteers fare against the Farmers with this new leadership in week 1? Rockwell and Cedar Hill are also going at it, and I cannot wait to watch the highlights of this one. Both of these teams are high-flying offenses that will need the defense to step it up to stop the opposing team. Rockwell has Mississippi State commit Braden Locke at quarterback and will have plenty of weapons, including wideout Caden Marshall and 1,000-yard rusher Zach Hernandez. They take on Cedar Hill, who will be looking to a new quarterback to lead the way in 2021. The Longhorns made it to the state championship last year, but they graduated a ton of skill position players. They will need their defense, led by defensive lineman Spency Macy, to be a key throughout all of the season, but especially against Rockwall. Some great games coming up on this week's episode of Inside High School Sports. You can catch all of the highlights Saturday at 6:30 p.m. on NBC5. Now it's time for a battle as we bring on two people who are gonna go head-to-head for the battle. Okay, so for the battle this week, we have Grapevine versus Colleyville Heritage. Parker Polk and Mason Murdock are on with us. Guys, take it away. Introduce yourself a little bit. Tell us a little bit about you guys. We'll start with Mason. Go ahead.
What's up? Mason Murdock. I'm a receiver for Colleyville Heritage, and I'm excited for the Road game coming up on Friday.
Parker.
What's up? I'm Parker Polk. I'm a wide receiver at Grapevine. We're really excited for the game this week, ready to get the season started.
Well, we're excited to have you on. Maybe this will be a precursor to the head-to-head. As Ted Lasso says, we do not take ties in the battle or the warm-up. So, are y'all ready to get started with some trivia?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we're playing sports trivia. Whoever guesses the answer first wins. So first things first. Question 1. What sport is described as the beautiful game?
Football.
As what?
The beautiful game.
Football.
Oh. She said.
It is not football.
The beautiful game.
Baseball.
Golf.
Soccer.
Yeah, it's soccer. Soccer is the largest watched sport in the entire world.
Oh, okay.
Okay, question 2. How long is the total distance of a marathon?
26.2.
It is 26.2. Okay, number 3. What is the only sport to be played on the moon?
On the moon.
Moonwalking.
Yes. Throw football or something.
Maybe. Anybody?
Baseball.
Golf.
It is golf.
Golf.
It is golf.
Oh.
Okay, it's 2-1. In which sports do teams compete for the Stanley Cup?
Hockey.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. I know Parker's got 3, but last question. What's Canada's national sport?
Hockey.
Nope.
Hockey.
It's not hockey.
Dog sledding? I'm trying to think of something Canadian.
It is not a winter sport, actually.
Oh.
Rugby is that?
Rugby?
You might not get this one. It's not a big sport down here in Texas.
Lacrosse?
It's lacrosse.
Oh my gosh, Parker. Man.
I don't know how I'm getting lucky with these guesses.
Man, Parker killed me.
Parker, you win.
I'm getting lucky with these guesses. Awesome, let's go.
Thanks, guys, for joining me here on the warm-up, and good luck this season and this week. Now it's time to hype up some games that you won't be catching on Inside High School Sports, but are definitely worth paying attention to. Arlington Martin goes down to Lake Travis. These two lined up against one another in 2019, and the Warriors took a huge win to begin their 2-year streak of utter dominance. Ernest Cooper and Travell Johnson are high D1 prospects that haunt a quarterback's dreams. On offense, Martin has a couple of young backs that can gobble up yardage in Zaire Barrow and Javian Taviano. Head coach Bob Waker likes to challenge his team at the beginning of the season every year, and 2021 is no different. DeSoto will be going to Converse, Texas to take on powerhouse Converse Judson. But the Eagles have an opportunity to kick their 2021 season off and soar if their offense can dominate. DeSoto is as DeSoto does, which means their offense will rely heavily on a strong run game as they have speed for days. Their biggest question will be, can Matt Allen step into the quarterback position and give DeSoto an offensive push? It will be hard for anyone to score points, though, as their secondary is stout. If they can come out with a strong win in Week 1, the Eagles can take that momentum into a tough schedule. Mansfield Summit makes the trek up to Jenks, Oklahoma. They are hoping their momentum from 2020 can be carried into the new season, as they had a Cinderella postseason run and made it all the way to the state semifinals. David Hopkins returns at quarterback, and they'll bring back some top-notch defensive players. They snuck up on the Metroplex last season, but they won't be doing that this time around. So, what's trending from the world of social media this week? Let's find out on The Buzz. Some breaking news hit headlines last week as 5-star basketball commit Arterio Morris has decided to transfer back to Kimball from the iSchool of Louisville. That didn't take very long. This comes in lieu of several top prospects moving around, as Anthony Black will be leaving Coppell and transferring to Duncanville, and the number 2 player in the nation, Keyonte George, is taking his talents to IMG Academy. With the changes in the high school basketball landscape, it's looking a lot different. Do you think any other big names will transfer before the season gets started? Drop us your thoughts in our comments. Earlier this week, Arlington Martin's Ernest Cooper announced he has committed to Stanford University. Cooper is rated as the 2nd best defensive lineman in the Dallas area. He had 63 tackles, 14 tackles for loss, and 7 sacks last season. He chose Stanford over A&M. I love a moment where dreams come true. The moments in sports that make you tear up a little bit. This is definitely one of them. During the Hebron and Allen scrimmage last week, the Hawks gave Brady Vaughn, a student with Down syndrome, the opportunity to suit up and play with the Hawks. The coolest part, though, has to be when both the Hawks and Eagles rush the field to congratulate Brady on his first touchdown. That's all we have for this week's episode. To stay up to date with all things inside high school sports, follow our social accounts. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. By following, we will get you ready for the highlight of the sports weekend. Inside High School Sports, Saturday at 6:30 p.m. on ABC5, hosted by Pat Doney. Thank you for watching the warm-up. We are so excited to be back into another season. I'm Ashley Blanton, and I'll see you next week.